Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
Yeah. Listen, success is whatever you make it. If you want to be happy, you want to provide for your family.
Live.
You gotta put that work in, man. You gotta go get
Learn.
it. See, listen, this is what I tell them.
Serve.
I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals.
Inspire.
I go out and I go get it. How to go,
You're in the
that's
right
all I know.
place.
I don't
You're
succeed
checking
if I
out
don't breathe.
Chip
Success,
Baker,
what does it
the
mean?
Success
If I
Chronicles.
conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. And today we have my guy coming to us from Indianapolis, Indiana, Mr. Jeermal, Mr. Me Too, Sylvester. And he's involved in lots of great things. And so thankful to have him on this episode. So first off, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Man, no problem, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, well, talk to us about your life story, if you don't mind.
Well, my life is, it consists of a lot of disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of bad decisions, perseverance, and passion. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and had to move to South Bend, Indiana, due to some financial situations. I moved with my aunt to Indiana, and coming from Chicago, coming from a rough environment, father not there, and then going to South Bend where things were a little bit slower. You know, they call it Chirac, but it's always been like that. It was like that when I was there as a shorty. So it's always been bad. I just think with the help of social media, it's being perpetuated and it's being blown up on a much larger scale. But I was able to get away from that, man. And I was mad at my mom for sending me to South Bend because I really didn't understand what she was doing. But it was probably one of the best decisions that she's ever made for me. I went to South Bend, moved with my aunt, grew about 6 or 7 inches, man, and I fell in love with a thing called basketball.
Yeah.
And so I started playing ball, man, and that's when my life began to kind of change. I perfected my craft, became a all-state basketball player, got a full ride to Ball State University. But when I got to Ball State, I didn't have my toolbox wasn't filled up like it needed to be, man. So I got somewhere, man, and I wasn't ready to be where I got to. And I made some bad decisions while I was in college. Got kicked off the team senior year for punching my teammate. I was 27th in the nation in scoring on December 15th, 1993. No, it would have been, 93. December 19th. 1993, I punched my teammate, man, and got kicked off the team. And so that kind of set my life into a spiral. I was able to get back on the team with the help of some supporters, you know, from back home. And it was less than maybe 45 days later, man, made another bad choice, man. I punched somebody again, man, in the gym playing a pickup game, man. And I was a ticking time bomb, man, at that time, man. I didn't know how to articulate what was going on with me, man. And I grew up in that era where we don't tell nobody what's going on. You don't let nobody know your business because that's a sign of weakness. And so I held all that stuff in, man, and it came out at the wrong time. Like I said, I punched somebody else, man, ended up getting myself into trouble, and I left school, man, without completing my degree because I was young, I was ignorant, man, and I was scared. And so I did what anybody does in those circumstances, man. I ran and I went back home. Star Trekked a little bit, man. Ended up going overseas for a couple of years, playing. I played in France, played in Argentina, played in Singapore. Had a career-ending knee injury, man. Broke my kneecap 2 weeks before it was time for me to go play ball. I signed a $100,000 contract. And I broke my kneecap, man, right before it was time for me to leave. That too another setback, man. I'm like, God, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
I know I done did some stuff, but man, I ain't that bad of a person. Like, what's really going on, man? Why is all this stuff happening to me? And what I realize is, man, choices, man, the choices that you make every day dictate what your tomorrow is, man. And so those bad choices, man, I caused a lot of my disappointment because of my bad choices, man. And I like to say now, man, I was Cheddar Bob before Cheddar Bob, 8 Mile. I had a lot of self-inflicted wounds, man, just with my choices, man, that kind of dictated where I went in my life, man. And so I was depressed because I really should have went to the NBA. Anybody that ever seen me play, whether that was an NBA player or people, not just from my city, anywhere I played, I had it. But what comes with having it is, man, making sure that you're right mentally, man, making sure that you got the right people around you. And because I didn't have that, man, it didn't turn out like it was supposed to turn out. So what I've been doing for the last 20 plus years is taking all of that heartache, all of those disappointments, and all of that bad decision making. And I've been trying to put that into young people, man. And I've just been trying to help kids, man, who grew up like I grew up without a father in bad circumstances, man, to let them know that there is a way out and you can make it out, but you got to be strong, you got to be determined, and you got to be willing to. I like your book, man. You got to be willing to go through it, man.
That's it.
Yeah, man. If you're gonna get to it, you got to go through it.
That's it. And then not be afraid to face those challenges. I think, just like the sports perspective, just like with anything, reps make you better, and from an athletic perspective, you look for those challenges because you learn to do that, but right. If you haven't gone through that, you don't know that those challenges are going to make you better.
Yeah, it don't get easy. It just get easier because of the reps.
That's it. That's right. I totally agree, man. So what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud
of? First thing is being a father. I know the importance of being a father based on not having one. Me and my father's relationship is great right now, but growing up, he wasn't there. And so I vow to not just be there for my kids, but God has entrusted me with a lot of other kids who I understand about being a gap filler. And so I love filling the gap, man, and just being all things to those young people, man, because I know a father is a compass. It's hard to know where to go, man, without having somebody there to direct you, man. And so I don't take that office for granted.
Man, I love that, being a gap filler.
Yeah, man.
we all have gaps, and I think when you can take the time, especially with kids, like, because they're gonna go make a difference in our world, and so when you take the time to learn what gaps they have, and you fill those gaps, and watch out.
It's priceless.
Yeah,
you can't put a price on it, man.
I love that. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I thought that was good. Was any couple other things you have?
The second thing would be being inducted into the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame. I made the silver anniversary team. Sometimes when you go through life and you just going through your go-through, man, you don't always pay attention to the things that you've accomplished. And so to be acknowledged 25 years later, but to hear them read off my stats, I'm like, I was a bad dude. But because I was going through my go-through, I wasn't able to really
enjoy it. Yeah.
And so 25 years later, man, and then to be able to have my kids and those close to me be able to, be a part of that, man, and hear those numbers. And, it was a great joy, man, to be able to do that, because then it really showed me that, man, hard work really does pay off.
Yes.
And then my final thing, man, will be graduating from college. I'm a 3-time college dropout, man. I told you I ran from school in 1994 because I got into trouble. I re-enrolled in 2005, and life happened, and I couldn't handle it. And so I walked away from school again. I re-enrolled again in 2011 and had some other life things happen, and I walked away from it again. But I can't continue to tell kids that education is important. I can't keep promoting education. I can't keep telling people that, you got to push through. And then I wasn't I didn't use my own advice. And so I went back to school in December of last year. And July 21st, man, of this year, man, I walked across that stage after 24 years, man. And it was, man, it was different because our graduation was in the same gym that I played in for 4 years. So to be able to be back in that environment and walk across that stage and hear my name heard, man, it was amazing, man. I'm still on the high right now. It's been a month and I'm still up there.
And you should be.
Yeah.
Like anything that takes 24 years to get, that's an amazing feat. And a whole lot of people don't have enough perseverance to continue to push through despite all of the odds that's thrown at you. You know, to just continue to push through and make it happen. So
what I learned, bro, is, man, it ain't gonna be no perfect time.
No.
You ain't gonna have enough money. And God didn't give me no extra hours in the day. So I still had to work. I still had to take care of my family. Yeah. But I had to make sure I put first things first. And because I wanted to do that and be an example to my kids, man, and I carried a 4.0 both semesters. And so I was getting it. I took it real serious. And I wish I would have had that same drive and that same determination when I was in school. I was an A student in basketball, because I brought everything. I gave basketball everything that I had. But I was a C, D student because I let somebody set a low bar for me, man. They told me all I had to do was get a 2.0 and I could play. And, man, I fell for the dummy, man. And so I allowed somebody else to set a low standard, man. And the sad part about it is I let them set a low bar and then I hit it.
Yeah. I hear you, man. You know, when you say that, I watched this ET deal where he's talking about, he was speaking at his corporation, this company, right? And they were kind of, you know, trying to stress to him the importance of, you know, that, you know, what he says to him is important. He's like, what? Like, all I got is A game, you know, like I don't know what you talking about. Like, I'm not going to come here and waste my time and not waste your time. Like anything I do, I'm serious and I'm passionate about it. And so all I got is A game. And I think when we adopt that in all areas of our life, you know, I think you get what you give. You know,
yes, sir.
You in return, like you get A game back from everything you're doing in your life. Man. You know, and so just like you said, that made me think of that when you said that about, you know, the grades versus the schooling.
Man, yeah, and I think that's what's wrong with a lot of our athletes right now. We're creating great athletes, but man, the character, and because you know they go hand in hand, and so if you're not serious about this other part of your life, and I feel like as athletes, we're the most disciplined beings on the planet because we have to be, especially those who want to be great. But we don't carry that stuff over to the classroom, or we don't carry that stuff over to our jobs, or we don't carry that stuff over to our families. And so I think that, you know, those are all transferable skills that you learn in sports that, man, you can take them anywhere. And if you apply them, anything that you set your mind to do or be, you can have it.
That's it. Like they say in the church, amen.
Amen.
Well, what's your definition of success?
Self-discipline.
Yeah.
Period. Self-discipline. If you can discipline yourself to do what you're supposed to do every day and be there and be all up in there while you're doing it, man, you can whatever it is that you're trying to do, man, you can have success at it, whether that's being a doctor, whether that's being a lawyer, whether that's being a basketball player, football player, whether that's being a great student, if you can discipline yourself. And that's where I think a lot of people fall down at, man, because there's a lot of things that we say we want, but life, and then what you said you want gonna require something from you. And we don't always want to do what's required of us. And so, you know, the stuff I tell kids when I talk to kids, everything that I ever wanted in my life, good or bad, I got it. And so God puts stuff in front of us sometimes, man, just to see how bad you really want it. I heard what you said. I heard your prayer. I see you at the park working out, but I'm going to see how bad. Do you really want to go to college? Do you really want to go to the NBA? Let me throw something in your way to see. And most people see it and they think that it's too much. But for me, that's like running a mile. I hate running. You run 3 laps and you quit, you shouldn't even start it.
Yeah.
You know, you shouldn't even start it. Run 3 laps and quit. You only got 1 more to go. You done put in more than what you got. You know what I mean? You only got to go through 1 more. And so that's what I love about sports, man. I used to think that I couldn't run 1 more suicide and coach say 1 more. And because I wanted to play, guess what? I had some more in me. I ran 1 more. And so we got to get a 1 more attitude.
I like it, man. A 1 more attitude. Well, man, thanks so much again for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. Had a good old time talking, and I want to congratulate you on the things that you're doing to make a difference. The degree, that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir, man. My master's is I can see the master's coming, man. I'm about to get in somebody's master's program, man. Not just to say that I got a master's, but I want to show our young brothers and sisters, man, that it don't matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter.
That's it, mind over matter.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks again. And thank you guys for watching this episode of the Success Chronicles. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.